Say to bless you too, Mama. Bless your papa, oh, Mama. Bless your mama, oh, yeah. So indeed, when God bless you, you should be able to bless your mom, bless your dad, bless your children, in fact, your great grandchildren. That's the beauty of life. So if you die when you are blessed, the only thing you can do is to always bless other people because that's the way of life. So this song, indeed, the message is just everything that we are discussing right here in Liberia. So spend the money right here in your own country and make sure that you develop your country. Make sure that at least look at Liberia as the only country that you have. Just the so story happy hello. Bring life, bring life, generator hot, tricky man, your big things, small things, forget about the big things, so we can talk about the small things, so yeah. So to our followers, especially for those of you who are watching us live on the SKTV page, let me say a pleasant good evening and thank to all of you. Please, the only thing we can do for now, let's share as we await Seku and the rest of the team. The time check right here in Liberia is 30 minutes past 6. So let's share a little bit. So while we enjoy the music, the message from the music or the music and the message. So this break, what we do our sharing. He said, big situation. Then back in our money, into one nation. Investigate your make it a better place. Spend the money by your daddy, make it a better place. Forget about the big things, so we can talk about the smart things. Forget about the big things, so we can talk about the smart things. So yeah, I wanna come back. I go to to go back. I know get to charge you. My body can't die. So fun for the narrator. Every day situation. Story every day. Story every day. On the beat. Big stones. Yes, thank you. In fact, I don't know, but okay, so good. The music,
Yeah,
is not just so easy, it's just so touching. Yes, I don't know about this song. I'm very, very in love with this song because our country people. I don't know. By the way, I'm
man,
trying to do one or two. Okay, so
I'm
if you
mad.
get me,
Yeah, I'm getting you very loud and clear, but I expected you to be recognizing some of the people then that
yeah,
are
the one I'm
talking.
coming to now. Yeah, I was
Yeah, yeah.
sharing.
So yeah, so you can go ahead and do that while I'm trying to take care of some stuff here.
Okay, so that's good. So, folks, we want to say thanks to all of you for joining us, especially for those of you who are always burning your data. I don't know, but it's not easy to burn your data, package, you put everything in your phone to make sure that you follow the SKTV. So, we want to say good evening to all of you. In fact, we want to recognize all of you who are watching us or following us live via the SKTV page. So we started about a minute, 5 minutes ago. So let me say hi to you, Mustafa Balo. I hope I get on it right. Let me say good evening. Thank you so much for following SKTV, Mustafa. And my own, you Mutru Kwanga. Let me say thank you so much for following SKTV. And Tenet, let me also say thank you so much for following SKTV. And Vagwa, I hope I got it correct. Vakwa Abu Donso. Thank you so much for following SKTV and Melvin Fischel. Thank you so much for following the SKTV, and we'll come down because yes, I'm using the other computer. So Marie Pratt, thank you so much for following SKTV and Yovina. Sorry, Yovina I know it's EO, right? Yeah, Yovina EO. Let me say thank you so much for following SKTV and Nila Rue. Thank you so much for following SKTV and my friend and brother Joseph Conto also following. Let me say thank you so much, Joseph Conto and Bri Supon Patu. Thank you so much for following SKTV. Always making SKTV your home and always following us. Thank you so much, Maddie Denix. Thank you so much for SKTV and coming down to Felicia Jepo Johnson. Thank you so much for following SKTV and Ali Kelly also following. Thank you so much, Ali Kelly, for following SKTV. And yes, let me see what other people who are also watching. Please just send in your comments so that we'll be able to see you because it's not easy from our side, especially the kind of gadget that we are using here is so sophisticated. So Better Stewart also following the SKTV. Thank you so much, Better Stewart. Fred Nipo Pia also following. Thank you so much, Fred and Rebecca Garcia also following. Thank you so much, Rebecca. And Riz doing page 2 is also following. Yes, thank you so much for following us. And Eman Pega also following us. Thank you so much, Eman Pega, for following this broadcast, especially SKTV Live. And Sensi Bislo Perry Jr. also followed this show. Thanks so much, Sensi, for following this show and coming down to Hassan Belete also watching. Thank you so much for following this broadcast, Hassan Belete. And yes, so for those of you, just be giving up your thumbs up if you are following, so that we can see you. Lucretia Gibson also following. Thank you so much, Lucretia Gibson, for watching or following SKTV. And Abel Quagila also watching in fact he say watching from Philadelphia. Thank you so much. Abel Ben Basonga Kamara also watching from Birmingham or UK. Okay, from rather from UK and Johnson while Maluwo also watching. Thank you so much, Johnson and Vivian. Yeah, Vivian Sewala Malapolo also following us. Sorry, though, if I really pronounce the name well. Sorry. But thank you so much also for following us, Vivian. And yes, let me see the last one on the list because there are a lot of people who also follow Esther Clark. Fredericks also following us. Thank you so much, Esther Clark, for following us live from, I don't know, from your home or from whatever place you feel that you are following us from. Thank you so much for always following the SKTV. And for those of you who are listening to us via the radio, our old man, the papi, and all of you Liberians, let me say thanks to all of you for always tuning in to Truth FM indeed. I don't know, but today is just a great day to the Truth FM, coming up with back-to-back presidential candidates. On today, the first candidate was in the morning time, and the second one was in the afternoon time. And all of you listening to every street corners apart today, our following Truth FM people were there, yes, playing following Truth FM live on their gadget or on their radio, or maybe in a car or so forth. So thanks to all of you always tuning into Truth FM. Indeed, we are the heart and soul of Liberia. So thank you, because we'll bring all the information. We will bring you all the balanced and accurate information that you need to hear or that you want to hear. So if you're there, we want to say thank you all of you for following Truth FM on today. Sekou, if you are back, then
Yes, Mabon, thank you. Thank you. I'm back. And I want to say a big thank you to all our fans, followers, and well wishers. I want to encourage you to share the show, like Mabon rightly said. However, we also want to encourage you to support SKTV. We do have our Zelle and Cash App out there. And those of you who want to support us in Liberia, Mabon is right there. You can also reach out to him if you want to help with anything to support SKTV. We want to say thank you to all of you for following. Mabon, just a second, just 1 second. Do this.
all right. So there you have it already. Yes, we're already gone 23 minutes, already past 6. So I'm just going to update some of you as take already at the back listening. So yes, Liberia is going good. I guess if you want to know what happened, Mama, Liberia is going good. Senate campaign starts August 5th, and the campaign activities have been going on. So there are a lot of politicians, 1,000 is around 1,000 plus Liberians who are vying for close to 90 positions, right? Yes, close to 90 positions. So we have no politicians who are campaigning back and forth. They're doing a campaign and everything. So the campaign starts on the 5th of this month. Today is the 21st. So you do your own calculation, you will know that we've gone more than 10 days now into the campaign activities. So yes, on today, the standard bearer of the Collaborating Political Party, or the CPP for short, he was the first presidential candidate this morning on the platform of Truth FM this morning, especially on the True Belfast show, where he was telling the Liberian people what he will do after giving the opportunity, what you're going to do, all of the kind of thing that you will do. He laid down, in fact, he laid out everything to us this morning through this platform. And there are a lot of Liberians who are also called this morning that gave their own views. Then later on today, during the day, from about 3:30 to 3:40, the political leader of the Unity Party and also the former vice president of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Joseph Yamambuaka, also was right here in the compound of Truth FM, especially in our studio here today, discussing also about what he's going to do when given the opportunity of the next 6 years. So he lay out all of these things he will do and everything. And indeed, the entire interview went up to 5 o'clock this evening. So the lot of Liberians that listened and monitored the entire interview. And the interview today was so magnificent from the two presidential candidates. The first one was the CPP, and the compound of Truth FM was really packed this morning. After that, leaving for a certain time. And at 1:30 to 2 o'clock, we were very surprised that the Unity Party participants started coming in from that time up to before 3 o'clock. In fact, the entire compound everywhere was like packed. And the standard bearer came in, and he didn't have his interview. After that, he left. And today we're moving very strong, and everything is going good. The weather here is also good from our end here in Liberia. So to tell you that yes, the campaign activities really kick up from what we saw today. It really speaks that yes, the guys or all the young people who are also for soldier, they are also gearing up, running, moving back to back with their campaign activities, including their presidential candidates. So far so good, so cool. These are happening from our end here today in Liberia.
Thank you, Maybon, and thank you everybody for following and sharing SKTV. Like I said, if you are in Liberia, I want to say good evening to you. And if you are in anywhere in Asia, where it's in the morning, I want to say good morning. And anywhere in the United States, let's say East Coast, we want to say good afternoon. Midwest, we'll say good afternoon. If you are in the West Coast, of course, where I sit right now is 11:28 a.m. That is Phoenix, Arizona. Same time with Las Vegas, Nevada. Same time with California, Los Angeles, California. And same time with Seattle, Washington. So we are here and ready to go. Melbourne. Today we have a topic. Who is Alexander Cummings? But before going to who is Alexander Cummings, a few people just joined us lately. While Melbourne was speaking, we have Fred Nyampa, Jimmy Gray, we have Yvette Cephas, and also Catherine Sharp Davis just joined us as well. And Wanga Reed just also joined us. Our friend and brother, Moses. Commonly knew Moses, but his name is Steve Bolly. Steve, thank you for joining SKTV. I think I'll send you the link as well. Alfred Blady, welcome to SKTV. Omen Kroma. Omen Kroma, welcome to SKTV. Ibrahim Sanyoko. I think maybe already did a lot of people already, but I just decided to do a few people that just joined us in the last few minutes. Maybe before we dive into the actual conversation today, I just want to highlight a few things. I'm happy. I'm happy for the fact that SKTV, what we do, is paying off. People are paying attention and people are listening. They will act like they're not listening, but they are listening for sure. They are taking note and they are acting upon some of our recommendations, and they are taking into consideration some of our criticism, and they are acting upon it, which is very good. And that's the purpose of our criticism. That is the purpose of our recommendation. You know, if you listen today, first we listen to Mr. Cummings. We carry live. Even though it was late, that's why I was sleeping. Even though it was late around here, it was around 2. We were watching it till 10 o'clock your time, which is 3 a.m. my time here. So we carry live, and a lot of people were listening. So we listened to a lot of good things from Mr. Cummings. And what was most impressive about Mr. Cummings' interview was the colors. The colors were very, very generous. They were very responsible, and they commended Mr. Cummings a lot. And there were a lot of call for support. Only 2 people that called They need support, and one of them was a member of the CDC. The other one was a member of Jeremiah. I mean, what's his name? Tiawan Gonglo's party. I don't know. Is LP? I don't know. What is the party abbreviation? Is like Liberian People Party. That's the name. LPD. I mean, I don't know.
What
LPP? Is it LPP?
oh
Tiawan
yes,
Gonglo.
indeed. I think it's LPP, Liberian People Party.
Liberian People Party. Yeah, we know one person from there that they didn't support, but all the people that called, he was supportive of Mr. Cummings, and they say a lot of good things about him. And most of them even refer to him as the next president of Liberia. So I also listened to a part of Ambassador Joseph Mbaka's interview today. From the look of things, Mbaka is not only listening to SKTV, where people are listening, they are following and they are taking note. We have said on SKTV, also on our personal page, that Ambassador Joseph Mbaka should avail himself to the Liberian people to have interview with journalists, talk show hosts, and also opens himself to the callers, wherein he'll be able to answer questions. When we said it, maybe we were tired. Oh, they may not going nowhere. But you know what? They are listening. They'll just be bluffing. They don't care, but they care.
Indeed.
They
I
care.
like that.
They do care. They were all they bluffing, but they do care. That's one thing. Before today, we also saw a communicate up there outline where and how Joseph Boakai are going to be touring the entire 17th district of Mosharado County. You remember when we said Joseph Boakai can be sitting over there, he's sleeping, other people campaigning, he should go out? They are listening. They don't care. If he doesn't do it, it will go against him. You can't say I want to be president for the Liberian people, then you cutting up, speech from them. You can't cut up speech from the people. You got to talk to them. People got to know what you have in store. People got to know your record. You got to defend your record. You got to campaign based on your record of accomplishment, especially politically. Some personal achievements are also okay to talk about because it speaks more about who you are and how responsible you are. Overall, do you remember just a few days we were on the show here? I talk about how Joseph Boakai grew up and went to primary school in Sierra Leone and high school, and then he ended up going to CWA. I talk about how did he go to that primary school from Liberia and to Sierra Leone. Do you know Ambassador Boakai was compared today to explain everything about that? How he ended up in Sierra Leone, how he went to some school there, how long he was there for, and everything. So you see, sometimes when we criticize, there are people will be like, "Oh no, you just leave Boakai, you campaigning for Boakai." But you know what? Some of those things what we say here help Joseph Boakai, help Cummings, even help George Weah. Every time we criticize them, it is called constructive criticism. We are not here to insult you, but we are pointing to the concerns of the people. We are pointing to concerns of the people, things that people want to know about you. But then when you talk, they will act like they don't care, they will act like they're not hearing it, but they will respect what you say, and they will do exactly what you tell them to say. But because they're so arrogant, they're so pompous, they will want to act like they don't care. But they do, and they pay attention. You always hear when I say all these things. I said, Joseph Barker need to go out. He can't sit down over there. When normally say, oh, the man is already, he doesn't need to campaign. He's going to be home. I said, that's not good. So he needs to get out. Guess what? I want the men to also, I will recommend that the men also join the health walk that Mr. Cummings, started. He doesn't have to do it every day. It's good for him. It's good for his health. He doesn't have to do it every day, but at least once a week, twice a week, let him walk with people. And something happened today, Mabon. I don't know what that was all about. When Joseph Barker was in studio, I saw a lot of
I
people.
get
I saw a lot of people inside the studio. I don't know, they were body guys. Some guys, 3 for 4 guys were standing behind him. Who
I
are
don't know
those?
what really going on, but we're not really getting you. You come in a little bit.
But your internet giving us problem now.
Is it?
Your internet may be giving problem now. We have no problem from our end. You know what problem I can tell you. Can be the first to tell you. That means
Wow.
your internet is acting up. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't do that to us today.
Where maybe we
Yeah. So like I was saying, I'm recommending the women to do some health work. I don't know those people that were standing behind. They were there just in case they will hold him, or they were there just to make sure that security provided for him. But I don't think that was necessary. The studio is safe. I can say it's safer than anywhere else. And even president want to go for an interview, in any studio, TV station, they enter the studio freely. They sit down there, and talk. You don't have to have 3, 4 guys standing behind you. Maybe they know something that we don't know. Maybe they were there just in case if something, if maybe I'm not sure where it was, but whatever the reason was, I don't think that was necessary to having a group of guys standing behind you for an interview. People can have different connotations, to a different interpretation for what, for what happened. But yes, indeed, it was a good thing. The fact that Joseph Barker is now coming out, going to Troop FM, I learned that he's going to be going to other radio station. I hope he will make it to SKTV as well, so we can have a conversation. And I hope he will make it to other network that Liberians follow from all walks of life. Every Liberian want to know about Joseph Barker. Every Liberian wants to know about Alexander Cummings, as well as George Weah, who is by far a proven failure, to some extent. However, we said today we're going to be talking about Alexander Cummings. First of all, I wanted to acknowledge this, that Joseph Boakai today, even though for some reason some of the audio was kind of like from the one I listened to. Actually, I don't know about you. I did not listen to it live. I listened to a part of it before the show here. And the ones that I listened to, actually, there was some echo, back and forth, back and forth. So I was not getting anything. He doesn't speak with a lot of energy. So I couldn't get everything. But the fact that he's coming up, coming on now, talking to other people, something is not right here. Something is not right. Mabel, you can hear me now?
I don't know, but it's like maybe you got to check your side because I've done everything. Yeah, because you know, for us, there we have almost 2 to 3 types of internet. So yeah, but check your side and let's see because we're not really getting you because that thing that you were talking about not too long, we have some interest, but unfortunately we couldn't get you. So just check
So
your
hold
side.
on. So you guys watching, can you guys hear us?
If you're getting me loud and clear, or
I'm getting
maybe
you very loud and clear, Mabon.
then you coming in now with that voice like what you were just talking about. We're not getting you almost the echo of quick, quick in.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, people watching us on Facebook, YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, can you write? You can hear us, so I'll see loud and clear.
So I don't know. Maybe if you will go for maybe swap, maybe 1 second.
Yeah, Mabon, I think it's from your end there. Everything is good from our end here.
No,
And I mean,
someone Trocom Mo is saying my Melbourne sounds is good. So, but I don't know. But
yeah,
anyway, let's see.
your sound very, very good. Everything is good, loud and clear. Everything is good. So you're not hearing, oh, that means for your receiving end, there's something is not right. Everything is good from our end here.
Okay, but let's move on and let's see maybe I'm going to end. But I really want our people to get you clear than coming in with that kind of mess.
You want me to take you off and come back? You can come back?
Yeah, yeah, no problem. So maybe we could get
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. So maybe when we come back and we'll be back on the radio. However, we said we were going to be talking about let me see if I want to make sure we're on the radio so that it can be like we are having yeah, YouTube. Somebody say you watching from YouTube say it loud and clear. Hopefully, yeah. Put on your radio. Binta, we're not on the radio now until Mabon can come back. Yeah, but if you're on the radio too, that would be also great for us to hear you. Facebook is loud and clear. YouTube is loud and clear. You don't get on all my picking skin today. Yeah, the man are Silesian, but the man a professional journalist. No. You will not play Silesian game. We will deal with him personally. Let's see. Neighbor, can you hear us now?
loud and clear. I'm getting you.
So you would true say you try any Silesian game today, we play with all today with a Silesian game, she will deal with you.
Yeah.
You would true anger.
Look, in fact, you were saying something or segue was just so interesting today. You were talking about the VIP protection and so on. And that thing happened today from the morning time all the way to the afternoon time. Oh. Even with the work, like you said, you got to you work, yes. You know,
But
so
the man president, yeah, what happened? What's going on with them? So
myself,
president?
look, those people that connect today, myself, look, I just like their VIP, you know, their star.
Yeah, but I didn't see a lot of people standing behind commies like that though.
Yeah, because maybe
the people were standing there. They were not visible on the camera. They were not visible on the camera. I didn't see anybody, 3-4 people standing behind commies like that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, maybe the camera not really captured that, but I saw that this morning. I saw.
So they were behind. Coming to see where they were behind Wagai. Why he was talking?
Mm-hmm. No, they were not behind. No, they were not behind the way.
Yeah, they were behind Wagai standing. I saw 3-4 people standing up the whole time.
That's a labor for us. I said everybody want to. That's just another thing. Protocol. Everybody want to be into the protocol. Everybody want to be into everything. Everybody, you know, actually on the version.
Now people are having different. People are having different reason, different connotation, different attachment Some people are saying they were there just to make sure the man was sleeping, so they keep him up. The one who was standing right behind. Somebody said no, they were there because they were afraid just in case something happened to the man, they could. Yeah, but people putting their own, information because those things are not normal. Once you enter the studio, at least be free. And like I saw Cummings staying there, there was nothing going on. But you have to have 3 able-bodied men standing right behind the man waiting for what? I'll be able to attack you.
So there are two differences, or in fact, there are differences because number one, too, I would say yes, the man is an older man, so you don't want to allow him to be
working. And I was saying, the older man, so just in case.
Yeah, that one. I know. But one of the serious note I saw him today, he walked from the compound or through Pepe all the way to the main road. So for me, now what I saw today, I saw him walking from the compound or through Pepe all the way to the main road. So
yeah,
and that's going to be.
That's a good thing. Yes, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But anyway, let's go to the Mr. Alexander Cummings. So by the way, we told everybody that what we're going to be doing here today, we will be doing it for all the major presidential candidates. Just to say just to read a little bit about you, so that people that are asking questions as who is Cummings, so you can get some information. Just because we question Joseph Boakai, growing up in Freetown, in Sierra Leone, going to primary school in Sierra Leone, going to some high school there. And Joseph Boakai was compared today to explain to the Liberia people how he got to Sierra Leone, how he buried. And I heard a lot about his mother, but I never heard one thing about his father. We are here, we are here to understand who is Joseph Boakai's father and how Boakai ended up in Sierra Leone. Yeah, we heard about his mother, how he's the 5th born, about the 4th born, whatever that was. And he talked about, some schooling in Sierra Leone and stuff like that. But we still got to learn a lot of information about Joseph Boakai. However, we will have a special day where we're going to talk about Joseph Boakai again. Now we are talking about Alexander Cummings today. So who is Alexander Cummings? According to the information we received, Alexander Cummings is called Alexander Benedict Cummings Jr. He was born 7th of December, 1956. He is a Liberian politician, business, and philanthropist. He is the standard bearer of the collaborating political parties, commonly known as the CPP. Born in Monrovia, they say Cummings studied at the Constructive University College before he left for the United States. That his father was called Alexander Cummings Sr. And his mother is also called Ayo. And we learned that Mr. Cummings' father was an educator, and the mother was a midwife and also a business owner. That Mr. Cummings learned the little business thing from his mother, according to the information, wherein the mother, used to sell stuff, and Mr. Cummings would be listing all the people. Then the thing we call that sell pay. The mother would give to people. They were, Cummings would list the people who will be crediting or taking debt, and he will also be the one going from door to door to collect the mother's money while he was at the same time going to school. We'll also learn that Mr. Cummings grew up in the Pamfo area, while he going to CWA. Mr. Cummings, according to the information about him, that Cummings, after the high school, he went to Constructive University. And then from there, he came to the United States. came to the United States and went to the University of some university in Illinois, northern part of Illinois, where he got his Bachelor of Science degree and in finance and economics. I'm not reading it line for line. I'm just giving you, you know, important information about him. You can research him yourself. Because we're going to say if you read everything line by line, then we're going to be here all day. So according to the information, Mr. Cummings got his degree, first degree, as in finance and economic, and then he returned, back to Liberia, and then after a certain time, he came back to the United States. He also got an MBA, Master of Business Administration, from Clark Atlanta University in the United States. And so upon graduation, Mr. Cummings was very, lucky. He was also hardworking. He worked in a lot of countries when he got a job. Then he started working with a company called Paceberry Company in 1982. And Mr. Cummings worked in a lot of different African countries, from Nigeria, Morocco, and then he worked in the UK, and then he worked in South Africa. The man got a lot of experiences, actually. He worked in a lot of different countries. And then in 1997, he started to work as deputy regional manager in Nigeria. That was in Lagos, Nigeria. And also managing director, regional manager. In 1998, he became president of Coca-Cola Africa Group in 2001. And they said, Mr. Cummings, what? Anyway, Cummings people, you have to be researching Cummings and be telling people about Cummings. Because Cummings had done a lot of things. He served as chief administrative officer of the Coca-Cola Company from July 1st, 2008 to March 31st, 2016. As executive vice president of 2002 to the March of 2016, that the guy took care of a lot of things. He was responsible for a lot of different things. He also was the one he consolidated oversight of key global operate functions, including legal, also work with people, strategic planning, information technology, strategic security, sustainability, and technical. Also, they say Cummings led a lot of countries in Africa before even coming to United States to serve at the highest level. Almost 56 countries. So this guy here actually worked in so many areas and different capacities. And some of the things that they say he was doing for Coca-Cola, in fact, he said he previously served as board member of the African American Institute. He also worked for Chevron. He also worked for Africare. He was also He also worked for the Corporate Council on Africa and U.S. and Egypt Business Council on the advisory board at the African Presidential Achieve and Research Center and on the Center for Global Development and Commission of U.S. Policy towards Low-Income, Poor-Performing States. Let me tell you what that means. They may work with the people of the United States, the states that are poor, that are not doing good, the people that are not doing better, people that are not doing better, to help them to improve their economy. Imagine the mayor is giving the opportunity to work to help poorly the country, the state there in America here that were performing poorly in their economy, to help them
Okay.
improve their economy.
Wow.
Now let me say,
That's the
so
right.
yeah, so and that is something that Liberia needs right now. Somebody who, imagine, I'm going to go back to say this. They say he previously served as a board member of the African American Institute, also served Africa. Then they say Africa, then they say the Corporate Council on Africa, and then the U.S. Egypt Business Council, on the advisory board at the African Presidential Chief and Research Center, and on the Center for Global Development Commission, on United States policies. You're listening to United States policy towards low-income, poorly performing states. It is called. Maybe you listening? Hold on a second. Maybe are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
I want to know if
Yeah.
people are listening, because
Indeed. We have about a
we
minute.
got 1 minute now. 1 minute now to go to
Yeah.
the.
Yeah.
So
So
what
I'm
we
setting
do?
up.
What I will do? We will pause, because a lot of people want to hear some of these things. Because those are the people that are really concerned about who is coming, and they're the ones that are going to be voting. So what I want to do, we're going to pause. We'll go for the news bulletin. We'll come back, and then we will continue to.
Yeah. So just give me 1 minute. So just give me 1 minute. Let me go do some setup down there. Maybe so
Yeah,
we'll be able to
go do that. Go do that. Go do that.
Yeah.
If there's any problem, if there's any problem, then we will. But we want to make sure we gave some of this very important information. For Cummings to have worked in some of these important areas. These are very important, because they say here that while Cummings was working, as chief administrative officer, that they say he consolidated oversight over key global corporate function, including legal, people, strategic, planning, information technology, strategic security, sustainability and technical. Cummings led period of strong growth. Cummings led period of strong growth in Coca-Cola Africa business, overseeing official investment in marketing and infrastructure across 56 African countries. Wow, and territories from 2001 to 2008. Mabel, let me know if you're ready. All right, Mabel is not even here yet. So, yeah, and they said, Mr. Cummings, I want to repeat what I said earlier, because some of you were not listening, you were not paying attention. They said the man previously served as a board member of the African American Institute. That one, America here. Chevron is one of the biggest oil company in the world that provide gasoline. Chevron. And then
So
Africa.
we're gonna go for the news bulletin.
Okay, I'm okay. We can take a break and then we'll come back. We'll come back. So, Liberian people, we are today.
17 years ago, these central charged to collect balanced, credible, and accurate news and information. Tax tested and proven to be a world-class example of news presentation where truths are told. We lead by example and others follow. RCR News, the premier source of accurate news. Bulletin is up next.
Good evening, RCR News Bulletin at 7. My name is Marka Davis reporting in the headlines. Presidential candidate Alexander Cummings says his level of confidence in the National Elections Commission for the October election is low. Despite the temporary suspension of traditional practices in the country, report says the practice of sending activities is on the increase in Grand Cape Mount County. Liberian financial expert cautions Liberians to vote qualified, policy-oriented, and corrupt-free individuals in the October 10 elections. And out of Liberia, at least 620 people are reported to have died at Maputo Central Hospital in the past 40 days as a result of a health workers' strike, according to the BBC. Those are headlines. Now the news in detail. Presidential candidate Alexander Cummings says his level of confidence in the National Elections Commission for the October elections is low. The collaborating political parties standard bearer expressed fears that the commission could be influenced by President George Weah because he single-handedly appointed the commissioners. Cummings, appearing as guest on the Truth Breakfast show on Monday, acknowledged the constitutional power of the president to appoint, but said encouraging the input of other stakeholders, including opposition political parties, would have boosted the credibility of the NEC. Cummings referenced that Madam Deviota Brown-San was recommended by the CDC during the days in opposition as a demonstration of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's way of good governance in the spirit of fairness. But he lamented that the appointment of the commissioners at the NDC by the president under the CDC government was done in the interest of the party, contrary to what was done by the Unity Party-led government under President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The CPP standard bearer also underscored the need for the opposition parties to collaborate in protecting their votes to avoid raking. At the same time, the CPP candidate has blasted members of the ruling CDC for claiming one-round victory in the October 10 presidential elections. Alexander Cummings said the CDC is playing on the minds of the Liberian people to rig the elections with their message of one-round victory, which he said is impossible. Cummings termed the statement coming from officials of the ruling party as nonsense, adding that the CDC has massively failed the Liberian people. According to him, President Weah has the responsibility to conduct a free, fair, and transparent election comes October. The CPP standard bearer accused the CDC of planning to rig the October election to remain in power and increase the suffering of the Liberian people. Speaking Monday on the Truth Breakfast show, Cummings noted that the CPP is determined to deploy poll watchers across the country aimed at protecting their votes. Meanwhile, Cummings has identified private sector investment as the best solution to grow the Liberian economy and enhance national development. He frowned at past leaders for using government as means of creating job opportunities for the citizens. He promised to remove the harmonization policy that was instituted by the CDC-led government that saw the reduction of salaries, a policy Cummings said brought hardship to civil servants across Liberia. Despite the temporary suspension of traditional practices in the country, report says the practice of sending activity is on the increase in Grand Cape Mount County. Ahead of the October 10 general elections, the National Chiefs and Elders Council of Liberia suspended poorer and Sunday activities in the country to enhance full citizens' participation in the upcoming elections. The tour, according to our reporter, began with Western Liberia, which include Bapolo, Bomi, and Grand Cape Mount County, with awareness on the temporary closure of the traditional practices. According to RCR Grand Cayman County correspondent, despite the action taken by the National Chiefs and Elders Council of Liberia, the practice of Sunday is still being observed in some parts of Grand Cayman. An independent investigation carried out by our correspondent revealed that over 10 towns are still carrying on the practices, which he said may affect electoral activities due to some candidates not being a member. Meanwhile, the spokesperson of the National Chiefs and Elders Council of Liberia, Chief Matthew Smith, has expressed serious concern over the report from Grand Cayman County. Something said the council is expected to launch an immediate investigation. Smith disclosed that the council, headed by Chief Zanzan Kawa, is continuing the county tour aimed at making sure that traditional practices are suspended to give individuals participating in the elections campaign without intimidation. At the same time, Chief Matthew Smith is calling on youth, especially first-time voters, not to allow themselves to be used by politicians to cause violence in the elections. A Liberian financial expert has cautioned Liberians to vote qualified, policy-oriented, and corruption-free individuals in the October elections. Jeffrey Tolman said building pit latrines, breaches, hair pumps, palaver huts does not qualify an individual for an elective position. According to him, representation is based on introducing good policies that will benefit the citizens of the nation. At the same time, the Masurado County District 3 representative candidate said it is national government's responsibility to ensure that the basic needs of the citizens are implemented. Jeffrey Tolman, who also holds a master's degree in financial management, said Liberia's economy is in a contractionary period and is not moving in the right direction. He stressed that the country needs what he called an expansionary economy in which people can borrow money on a minimal interest rate and invest more in the economy. He made a statement in a press conference over the weekend in Pinsville. You're listening to a bulletin of news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. In more news tonight, a local businessman in Lower Margibi County has made a $25,000 Liberian contribution to the George Weah re-election campaign. Making the donation over the weekend, Abraham Newman expressed hope that the amount will buttress the political efforts of President Weah to secure a win in October. Newman, among other things, recounted the successes of the Weah-led government, ranging from the payment of wax fees for 12th graders to the improvement of road network in the country. Receiving the money on behalf of President Weah, Representative Ava Jones of Margibi County lauded Newman for the donation and promised to convey the message to the president, terming a gesture as first of its kind. Representative Ava Jones used the time to encourage others with similar political gesture to do the same for the re-election of the president. The donation was made at a district office in Cottingtree, Lower Margibi County. The national campaign spokesman of the Weah Taylor 2023 national campaign has reacted to statement by a member of Team Cummings, Louis Brown, that a one-round victory for the CDC in October election is impossible. Speaking after addressing scores of women from the Strategic She Thinkers Association who had gathered to endorse the candidacy of President Weah, Councillor Kando Bagbalan said, Mr. Brown and others like him do not possess the political lens to appreciate the current national governance conversations. Councillor Bala admonished Mr. Brown to take note of the developments in healthcare and education, which had occasioned a popular support for President Weah from first-time voters and many ordinary citizens across Liberia. About 20 auxiliaries of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction have endorsed the Boakai Kun 2023 presidential ticket. Melvin Ponga, reading the endorsement statement on behalf of the auxiliaries, said their decision to support the rescue mission is based on the remarkable achievement in upholding good governance. Ponga further underscored corruption, alleged disappearances of citizens, unfulfilled promises, amongst others, under the George Weah government as reason why they see former Vice President Joseph Boakai and Senator Jeremiah Kun as rescuers of the country. Responding to the endorsement, the national chairman of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, Councillor Cooper Crew, lauded the group for the decision and called on them to join the Boakai Cone campaign to spread a message of rescue across the country. Out of Liberia now, at least 620 people are reported to have died at Maputo Central Hospital in the past 40 days as a result of a health workers' strike. Mozambican medics are on strike for the past time, or for the first time in the country's history, and doctors in particular have extended their strike for another 21 days despite receiving death threats. The doctor said during this time, a minimum service will be provided to patients so that population does not suffer anymore. The striking workers say they lack medicines and vital equipment and even have to pay out of their pockets to stock ambulances with basic gear. They say they have no choice but to strike, and according for Health Minister Amindo Tiago to be sacked. The government, however, says it regrets that doctors have taken the decision to extend their strike despite the progress it says they have made in meeting their demands. To end this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. Presidential candidate Alexander Cummings says his level of confidence in the National Elections Commission is low, saying the president who appointed the commissioners could influence the election results. Despite the temporary suspension of traditional practices in the country, report says the practice of Sunday activities is on the rise in Grand Cape County. The Liberian financial expert cautions Liberians to vote qualified, policy-oriented, and corrupt-free individuals in the October 10 elections. And out of Liberia, at least 620 people are reported to have died at Maputo Central Hospital in Mozambique in the past 40 days as a result of a health workers' strike, according to the BBC. RCR News Bulletin at 7. My name is Maka Davis.
Making the time nearly 40 minutes past 7 from right here in our main studio, True FM 96.1. If you're listening to News Bulletin, the very next time you hear news on the station will be at 8 o'clock on tonight, by which time we'll bring you 45 minutes of news coming from our newsroom, True FM 96.1. So, folks, if you just joining us, we want to say a pleasant welcome to the program, the SKTV, and in fact, we'll be here up to 8 o'clock. So if you don't do that attention, we are back after the news break. Sekou, I'm seeing you with a giant cup. What going on?
I'm drinking hot ginger.
Oh,
They're not cold ginger or hot ginger.
well,
You know when ginger is hot, ginger tea. That's what I'm drinking right now.
Mixed with some lime or what?
No, the tea what they call apple cider vinegar. I don't know whether we have it in Labro.
Oh,
that the one I can put inside and drink it.
Wow,
It's very good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you want your tea to get cold or
No, we're good. We'll be drinking the tea while we're talking.
I like that.
We'll be drinking the tea while we're talking. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So somebody said, I don't know. Somebody said I talk about 54 countries. I don't remember saying that, but maybe if I said that, maybe that one I misspoke. Well, I said 54 countries. 56. I said 56 African country, 56, not 54. Maybe I need to repeat that part so that people can actually let me see where that starts, where that particular. He said he consolidated oversight of key global corporate function, including legal, people, strategic planning, strategic planning, information technologies, strategic security, sustainability, and technical. Cummings led a period of strong growth in Coca-Cola's Africa business, overseeing critical investment in marketing and infrastructure across 56 African countries and territories from 2021 to 2001 to 2008. That part, I think, is clear, right, Neighbor?
Indeed, but someone
Okay.
maybe they are a bit maybe confused about the 56. Maybe they're thinking about, because maybe when you say Africa, they are thinking about 54. But I think the territory also.
That's what I say. That's what I say. Across.
Uh-huh.
That's what I say. 56 African countries and territories.
Simple. So I don't see no argument. It's just
so when you say African countries and territories, that is the addition.
Mm-hmm.
They say and territories.
Mm.
For example, in the United States, you have about 50 states, but you have territory. You have Guam, you have Puerto Rico. Those people, those areas are America. In fact, they can vote. For example, Puerto Rico can vote in American primary. Election primary, but they can't vote in the general election.
Okay.
Yeah, because they are not state. They are territory.
Wow.
So they don't have senators. That's why you got only 100 senators in the United States Senate. The reason why I get 100 senators because we have 2 senators from each state. That's why we have 50 states and
100.
Washington D.C. is not a state. It is called District of Columbia. That's why it's called DC. It's not a state, but that is the seat of government. So when somebody say 54 country or 56 country, including, they didn't say 54 country, or 56 country. They say 56 countries, including territory, 56 countries and territories. That means there are some areas in Africa that are considered territory, but they are now considered as country. Some country there, they got some territory there. I mean, so like the United States right now, I just told you, right? You got Guam, you got Puerto Rico. In fact, of the 50 states in the United States, I have been to 48 of them. 50 states in America, I've been to 48 of them. I know my way in and out of all 48. The only 2 states I've never been to, Hawaii and Alaska. Besides all the other 48, they call it the 48 inland states. I've been to all of them.
I used to have a book while engineer had about Alaska. Is this still a reserve forest?
It's not reserved for people live there, but it's like a totally different country in terms of the living condition, the weather, and Alaska is a different ball. I've never been there, but what I've read about it, I know people that have been there. Alaska is different. Alaska all the way close to Russia, and Hawaii almost like close to Japan, but they are American, they are United States. So
wow,
just to educate people who actually confusing themselves when we talk about 56 countries and territories. So that is just to say a little bit. But then, few things I want to really highlight on. I want people to understand. Before you're given responsibility, right? When you're given responsibility to do certain things, the area that talk about commission's position, some of the things that he has done, or some of the things that he did. So one of the fans or followers said that we should repeat this particular line where they talk about he previously served as a board member of the African American Institute. Also served as a board member on Chevron, Africa, the Corporate Council on Africa, and the U.S. Egypt business policy toward low income and poorly performing state. You understanding it? And we used to work there. We also work in another area called Sabatini Community Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You also serve as an independent director of Chevron Corporation from 10th of December 2014 until 27th of April 2016. And as the director of International Bank Limited, Liberia. Almost like everything about this guy is all about money, helping people, helping country, creating job, including in the United States here, including helping to develop economy. If they make can do it for other people, if this man can help improve the life and support other African countries, 56 African countries, including territories. What? You know, I listened to comments today when somebody asked, okay, what has he done for Liberian people? How many people did he employ? He used to work for Coca-Cola and this and that. The man said, when it comes to those things, he said Liberia is minute, Liberia is small. You can't even see Liberia like that. In the whole thing. It's like it's way bigger than the way those people are thinking. You know, so many people when they talk about Coca-Cola, men work for Coca-Cola, so many things that Coca-Cola factory they pack up in. Where they can be packing case of Coca-Cola. We are talking about multi-billion-dollar company, billion, not million, multi-billion-dollar company. That worth over 63 billion. Not million. When 100 million come to Liberia, our country president there and the criminal they can be fighting over it. Whether they're in drugs, whether they're in real money, whether they're in money changing, they will all be fighting over it. At the end of the day, the money got missing. Nobody can find it. But, and then the country, the party in power, the chairman say they find the money. The money, you saw the money in the pickup. People carrying the money somewhere to the president house or somebody else. That's not the kind of Coca-Cola we're talking about here. We're talking about people creating jobs. You know, the people, remember, for the people to say, this guy, the period that he served at Coca-Cola, that the Coca-Cola saw growth. Let me repeat that part. He said, where is that area, sir? He said, Cummings led a period of strong growth in Coca-Cola's Africa business. You understand it? And then he said, overseeing critical investments in marketing and infrastructure. You're listening. To grow the business, also to build the country. That's what they say. Marketing and infrastructures across 56 African countries and territories. The may help 56 countries and territories to make sure there are investors, there are investment, that people are employed, people got job, people got paid, and to build the country. It make them do it for 56 or let's say 54 countries and territory, other territories in Africa. What about tiny Liberia? Small Liberia. So it's important. You know, sometimes I said the last time that when we're going to open up everybody, we're not going to delete anybody, right? This person here called Amara, Ishmael Amara, the person went and took that two Madingo first name. Is now a Madingo person. But, yeah, like he says, Sekou Musa. Because they are so, the person is a trouble. The person went and wrote under my post, my personal page today to attack my tribe. You say you Madingo man, they come and attack Madingo people. How I know, I know it, but I can profile them from distance. That person is fake. But if the person try again to mention anything tribalistic, we will take them for safekeeping for 3 months. They will bring them back after the election. You can take fake name, you can take pseudonym, you can take anything you want to take, but we still know you're a human being, right? But you behave like human being. Now because you got fake name and then you behave like animal. You stay human being. That's why you are here mingle with us. So do not try to bring that or nonsense to SKTV anymore.
I know Ismail.
Ismail Amara.
Yeah,
man.
Just because of politics. Yeah, just because of politics.
Like somebody said, my name is Mariam Fanta. Fanta Mariam. Because, yeah. The person, yeah. So, but yeah, my sister, Mayata Jagana just told me say that person that one of the proud Solomon song, but I didn't even know. I will not respond to that one again. Proud Solomon one got it right to say anything because they can say it. They can call us Solomon one. They can call anybody anything. We accept it. So that to be distracted from that moron. Yeah. So I will now forget about that other person there. Yeah, man. Even if you want to be fixed, try to be small, really small.
Yeah.
So they say a little bit. They say Mr. Cummings has been married to Teresa Cummings for over 35 years. Together, they have 2 children, Ayo and Bwakai Cummings, and 5 grandchildren. You're listening, who? They say Mr. Cummings being married to his wife. The wife name is Teresa Cummings for over 35 years. And together, they got 2 children. Those children are not small children now, they're big people there now. The other one, I believe, was named after his mother because that's the name Ayo. That's his mother's name. And Bwakai, that's his son. There's a big man now that also doing very well when it comes to managing his father's business or the family business. So those of you who are confused as to who is Alexander Cummings, we are just giving you a little bit of information about Cummings. You know, somebody tested me to repeat what I was talking about, how, some of the position he served, especially when he talk about, the U.S., Egypt, business, the U.S. Egypt Business Council, and then also, on the advisory board of the African, of what? On the advisory board are the African Presidential Achieve and Research Center, and on the Center for Global Development's Commission on U.S. policy toward low-income, poorly performing state. Somebody asked, but what happened? How is that? Can you explain that? In America here, maybe the country is divided by zip code.
Okay.
The entire country is divided by state. Then states are also divided by zip code. The state zip code is considered as low-income community.
Wow.
The state zip code that where people can live or affluence. People then that are well off, people then that make more money, they ought to live there. Me, you, Melbourne, we're not able to live there, even though we're all in America. It is zip code. They can't tell you don't live there, but you say you go say you want to buy a house or you want rent, you see the price, you will just withdraw, you will not go there. You understand? So
wow.
Yeah. So there are other communities, there are other zip code. Let's say, for example, my zip code here is 85301. You will see other zip code say 85302. You will see other one 82. This one. They have different. They have different zip code for Glendale. You have different zip code for Phoenix. You have different zip code for Goodyear. I'm telling you about different cities here. Within those cities, within Glendale, even though we got 85301, then you got other zip code that says 85302, 85303, different bracket. So they're also in the whole country. They are states there that are well off. They got good money. They are not low-income state. For example, California economy is bigger than most of the economy in the world, most countries. Just California alone.
Wow.
California is not a low-income state. Say, for example, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, all the people that have been there, I know them. I know how they look. I know, how their thing looks in those areas. Some of them, they are not even average income state. But the people that are suffering, people that, there are a lot of, for example, when you come here in America here, not everybody can live in California.
Oh,
yo, that why you see my sister, me that Canada, all the other people, when you see them say, when they supporting SKTV every day, they sending people money to put in Liberia, they living in the B play.
they live in somewhere,
they're not living in a small income people don't play. They live in the B play. Some of we can't afford to live in the kind of area because it's expensive.
Wow.
Some of the area there, let me just tell you, just for the people to know exactly what we're talking about here. Some of the area there, monthly rent for horse, it can go up to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Yeah, month. Nana, yo. Yes. Okay, so in the area there that we live, some of the area that we live, like, okay, let's say, for example, in Phoenix, Arizona area, right? Glendale, Phoenix, Scottsdale, Goodyear, Scottsdale, right? There are places, apartment building, two-room apartment building, some of them in Scottsdale, where I stay in America here, in Phoenix here. Apartment building there, they pay $2,000 a month for 2-bedroom.
Wow.
Okay. Around the community that some of we staying, people can pay sometimes $2,000 for the whole 5-bedroom. You see that?
So that's a good have about the work business that too.
Okay, some area, for example, California, the scene where their life is expensive, the job there pay more.
Oh,
Yeah, they pay more. So sometimes the job what you do here, in Philly here for like $15 an hour. So now when you do it there, they will pay you maybe $32 or they will either pay you, like say for example, there's some job here you do here for a certain price. In some other state, they pay you a little more. But then again, some area in California, they don't pay that much.
Oh,
but it's expensive. Let's say, for example, Los Angeles.
Yes.
Los Angeles, because Los Angeles, there where you got Hollywood. There where you get a lot of people. Besides New York, nowhere is populated more than Los Angeles in America.
Wow.
Yeah, but they don't pay that much, but the life there is different. A lot of opportunities, especially people who are, movie thing, singing, all a lot of different things. They play most of this superstar there. All the Hollywood that they play there, right? So to live there, any kind of business you do there, you will get money, right? So those people there, they don't pay that much, but the life there is very expensive. So what we're trying to say here is not about America, but to inform the people when it comes to low income state, there's some state there, they're not all that. There's some state there, they're not doing that much. There's some state there, they are doing very good. Like I just told you, when you're living in Scottsdale, so now you pay $3,000 a month for your house.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
Indeed, because the kind of we want to know also how the system is also working.
So the kind of
Mm.
system that this guy called Cummings now, they will identify the communities. They will identify let's say, for example, Congo Town. There's an example the people living in Congo Town and people living in West Point, they're not on Slaway. You see, when I'm talking about Liberia, when I'm talking about Monrovia, people tell, oh, but I thought you were living in America. I grew up in Monrovia, in the city center. I used to live on Kemptonsi Road. I live in
Monrovia good.
I know Monrovia more than some people that still live there right now. Because most of them that water Monrovia people there.
So you're the single.
Yeah.
Right now, single right now are training.
No, I'm told that right now, Cinco from let's say from the foreign ministry, let's say from City Hall, going all the way past Bamuma, all the way to Oro Junction and all the way. You see that? You see how I describe it like Monrovia to you now? To say I know exactly.
And that just the kind of direction you just gave me is
my man, I know the play. Okay, you want me to start it from Capital Papa, you pass through Jalata?
No, the people enjoy the what you want no, yeah, man. That is just interesting today.
So that is to tell you, those area, people that live in this area and people that live in West Point, they don't got the same lifestyle. Somebody that going over the water to go, to ease themselves, and somebody that going in the rear toilet, clean toilet, and go ease themselves. They're not the same.
No.
Right? Steve, welcome. So what we are talking about here is that low-income countries, low-income state, low-income community are not the same like the affluent community, the community that have more money, they have more rich people, so their lives are different. So it takes somebody who understands economy, who understands how to improve people's life, to distinguish the life between Sekou Kennedy that live in West Point and Melbourne that live in Congo Town.
Yes.
No, yeah, I'm just trying to, say you myself because I don't want people to feel offended because
no, I don't understand.
Yeah. So in short, this guy work to help to improve other state, their economy. People then with low income, so that the people then their life can change. So in short, Cummings is being referred to as a philanthropist, a manager, an administrator, somebody who knows how to make $10 to $15 to $20, somebody who could just boost $100 to make that $100 to $1,000 to $1 million. Somebody who can create job where there's no job. In fact, on this thing that I'll read it to you on Melbourne, they said the guy created when HIV was on the rise in Africa. He created the opportunity to help people that were suffering. In fact, they covered all their employees across Africa to make sure that all of them get good health care so they can be victimized by HIV. And then on the same thing I was reading, because we don't have enough time, maybe the whole Cummings team, maybe we'll do it again. But everyone that we didn't touch, we'll touch them. After all those things, when he retired, they created something they call the Cummings Foundation for Africa. And they say what they do there, help people in terms of healthcare, create job, help school, help hospitals and clinics, help schools, build more school, help people. I mean, there's a lot of different things that they are saying about this guy. And they have said that since that foundation was created, they have spent millions of dollars in helping people, the Cummings Foundation. So Cummings has a lot of things. I'm even, after when I saw all this information, maybe I got confused about why is it that Cummings people are not selling this information? If Cummings have served in all these positions, has impacted all of these people, have served worldwide, in America here, when they say the Fortune 5 in corporate America, they got multi-billion dollar company here, Melbourne, but the one that they consider the top in the top bracket, Coca-Cola is one of them. Most of these oil companies, Chevron, these are multi-billion dollar companies. By the way, Cummings is serving on the board of some of these people.
Really?
Yeah. That's why Cummings can be running away sometimes. He say, you know what? I got to go to America. You will come here and serve on the board meeting. You can be there sometimes, do it online. It doesn't take anything away from you. Just for Cummings to give his 1 hour to the people. They pay him millions of dollars. You know what? You think what Cummings say? You don't want to pay from Liberian people. You don't want to help them. He doesn't want their money because that pay is nothing to him. Cummings get paid with a lot of money. I'm not going to come here and talk about how much he got paid, but the man got paid with a lot of money. That they paid it. That's why the man said the money that he's going to receive as pay as president of Liberia, he will invest it in schools, in West Point, in Slayway. People that don't get good toilet in their community, they improve their life. Be a good toilet so they can be using the water over the water. Where the fish then can be fighting for the people to go use it. Yeah. So, Steve, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Cummings. I've been following. I want to first of all say thanks to those who follow the program usually and always. Those of you who are new, welcome to SKTV. I will not take up much of your time. Let me say this, and most of the time, people don't like when I say these things. Automatically, they bring you as Cummings person or whatever it is. But the truth is the truth. You know, you can't get it any better than Alexander Cummings. I'm saying it again. There is no second Alexander Cummings, like him or not. There is no second Alexander Cummings, like him or not. You can't get it any better. Mr. Cummings is the real deal for what Liberia is facing right now. In America, I don't like this guy passing around from Maryland with his funny thing that he was on. What he means? Former Senator Balu. But Senator Balu made it easy. He made it clear in one of his sessions. Let me tell you, Labrampo. Let me tell you, Labrampo today. The connection you want, the connection you need, the management skills you need to build the economy, to build anything in Liberia. Even Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who work at World Bank, does not have that skill compared to Mr. Cummings. Let me say it again. It's say I'm Mr. Cummings, man. Say I didn't want that. The facts are the facts. Nobody can dispute it. The record is undisputed for Mr. Cummings across the globe. Yesterday we just read to you plus 1 second read today. Somebody managing 3 billion and billions more than that, making everything to happen. And you say that you want to fool around and say, oh, let the man wait. Let the man wait. And after Joe, we are 12 years. Waiting for what? Your children at age waiting? Suffering waiting? The country going behind waiting? Yeah, be there talking about your wait. You see what is right in front of you. They say the iron high, you not be there. The connection that we need. I don't want to say of all the candidates, even though I've always called on Tiawan Gonglo and Moniba, of all the candidates, nobody, they themselves can say, hey, I challenge you to ask any one of those candidates. They will tell you. I challenge you to have a press conference and ask any one of them about the ability of Cummings, the connection of Cummings, the will of Cummings to be able to change the country economy or to change anything about our country, whether from a monetary standpoint or administrative standpoint, and accountability standpoint. Only Mr. Cummings. And you know what? The few them who fighting him, they know the truth. They know that when he comes there, it will not be business as usual. They know. This is why they are fighting. They're not fighting because who told you they don't know that he's capable of doing what need to turn our country around? All of them have said it. Even the survey that was read yesterday says it. Even President George, we are CDC. There was because he told you the only person that is able to change that Cummings. There is no difference. There is nothing yet. I'm not here to say, oh, let's make a case for Cummings, let's make a case for Cummings. Where the facts are, we're talking. In terms of the law of justice or whatever it is, you get to tell one he has a record in that area. But to pour food on your table, to manage your economy, to bring money to the country, to change the trajectory and the lives of Liberian people, only Cummings can do it. No. I'm saying it and I will stay with it. It will not change. All the other things that are passing around, Baga and who are voicing, he come on and talking for talking funny story that don't even make no sense. They don't even add up. Like, brother, and they say, yeah, talking about your confusing and bringing other people not taking no responsibility. But we discuss Baga's interview. And let Mr. Kanye say from the beginning of the show, all of them following the show, they are listening. They can take recommendations and cues from SKTV. Whether they give us credit or not, we don't care. But the fact is, they are implementing. And you know what? We have helped their campaign even more than other campaigns. We have helped them hugely and humongously. Even the CDC. All of them lacking right now watching the show. All of them lacking watching the show. They all lack down watching the show. In as much that we can tell them on the show here that Joria is incompetent and inept, they know. They're not lying, we can be talking. All the thread message they can be saying that either go food, they pass around the same strategy with the same thing we talk in public, they can go and take it and implement it. Baka lie today. But in La Umba, with the people can say demystify one by one, we'll break it down. I told you Baka is a certified liar. He lied today. The story not adding up, but then I have a discussion we're having today. We're having a discussion too. I will say to the Liberian people, my own man and my papa there, anything you watching in our country right now, the person that can make it to happen, that coming. All the other people, they just talking skin talk. They not get a connection. They don't know what to do. That way, Joe is stuck. That way, even the bugger men don't even know what's going on. They asking for a first night they playing passing around the corner, talking funny things that don't make no sense. You say you get government experience, you're not able to articulate your 90-day experience off the bat. They ask you get passing around talking about funny. I saw you one of the plane talking about you will pave all the road and look at joke. You pave we road. You see where? How you pave the road? But I got a joke. How you pave the road? You're learning the car and that pave road. These are the stupid things I want to talk when we talking to say you not do that one, you not do that one. That thing makes sense to anybody. You have to pave all the roads in Liberia right now. That thing is realistic. Let me tussle. You're not able to do that. You're not even getting money first of all. You
Steve,
think they just pave roads about?
the man had 12 years to pave all the road. He did not pave the road to Lova.
I don't mind that talk man making excuses. Oh, he said they want to early. I thought he said he was a packer again. He couldn't get it.
Hold on.
Them, man.
Don't come up with a joke.
No, I said that joke he gave.
Oh, okay. Oh, you shouldn't mind the joke he gave, right?
Yeah, that joke the man gave me. But I said the man is a liar. The liar part not taking it back. And I said he's a deceptive cook and a small cook.
What should you do when you call the Babe a liar?
Who?
The man of Babe.
Forget about that thing, man. I said we are no, but what happened? I'll be Papa too Sunday. What happened? To go over the time, but I don't see liar they go, I don't see criminal they go. What is Papa in jail? Yeah. Donald Trump is indicted. They call him a liar. Donald Trump is Joseph Baga and then they see it. Don't be that thing. And what you see all the time you miss a kind of you are calling Donald Trump a liar. I put you instead whether no. No, I put you instead whether
Donald Trump is a corrupt woman. So
okay, Joseph Baga. Okay, Joseph Baga, that good number. Okay, no problem.
Joseph Baga, my uncle.
Which uncle? But you got a corrupt uncle who is deceptive. Yeah, your uncle is your uncle not serious. Your uncle is serious. You're not serious. I can talk joking thing to grown up people that are so moves on. Your uncle ought to pay that road, the road in Labro, or the road, he ought to pay it. Let me tussle. Your uncle ought to do that. Your uncle had a budget for the cripple and the blind people in the country. They eat the money, 1 million. That joke that he gave it, well, you not do nothing. That to can't tell us that whosoever living the historic self on Sarah, they're not even adding up. But we'll come on the show, we'll discuss the story about
hold on.
So
you got in mind to look at me and say my uncle is corrupt?
Your uncle is corrupt and he's a cock and he deceptive.
They begin brave. Let me say this. The story about yeah, you're not understanding because the thing what you're talking right now, even Melbourne said that with you right now. Yeah.
I see Melbourne, man. I see Melbourne on our own show that Melbourne said looking for a way right now. The Abraham can say the play you say now is empty. The play Melbourne saying now says vid. Vid and me empty.
You today, today second uncle today make me to look like VIP today.
Yeah.
He say the player
empty. I said go Uncle King in the place that is team with paramedics, the team with everybody when you fall down something get
you know very well. Between me and Uncle Joe, Ambassador Bajo Baga, I always call Uncle, you always call me nephew, right? You know that, right?
Yeah. If I ever that nephew, when you gotta do that way, you can get tattoo when you do that way to you. Y'all be carrying your nephew uncle to me and I'm not doing to me.
You don't know that way to me. The way that way did to me was no call, no show on the show.
But
that one I beat. That one I scored that way.
Mr. Canada, I got 4 minutes for my meeting. Let me run, baby. I'll follow you.
Yeah, man. We'll see you. No problem. I come go to Melbourne, sir. Maybe I don't think we'll take call today. Let me just conclude what I was saying.
No, man. No, yeah. Just go ahead, go enjoy.
Yeah. So Steve Jockey, and can you saw my uncle? Anyway, you know you saw my uncle. You can't tell you to my uncle and go. Yeah, because the man looking at my face, your uncle would have corrupt me. Yeah, still brave. But I don't even know why you can't tell me about Joseph Baga because we're talking about Cummings today.
Yeah,
and so positive about Cummings. I don't know why Steve coming here. You got to watch the bucket and
They
laugh.
wrote me there. I don't finish with it. What wrote me there?
Yeah, you got to talk about how my uncle can laugh. We're talking about the whole, Cummings thing, and you're all positive. But man, I can't wait. I'm gonna stay in our career. Mr. Baga, people are getting angry now. They say all kind of thing now on the show.
They just tested me today. Was sending entire day today. I said, "Oh yeah, the man was okay. The man walk." I just receiving some message. Oh yeah, man, thank you. Oh, so you tell the people, okay?
Oh, they said thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe on a true the man walk today. I said, but a true the man walk. Actually, I saw that. So Seku uncle walk for I'm not about 4 to 5 minutes. He walk from the compound straight on the main road. So that one was all I want today. Actually.
So all the good things we're talking, those are in Cummings record. As a matter of fact, we also have a letter that was written by Coca-Cola worldwide. After Mr. Cummings resigned, the letter that they put out there, the recommendation, the good thing that he did, we have the letter. We'll read it to you. On the other segment, when we're talking about who is Alexander Cummings. On the serious note, if Cummings was from a different country, if Cummings was a Nigerian, if Cummings was a Sierra Leonean, if Cummings was somebody from any of those neighboring countries or any African country, they will be embracing him. They will be begging him. They will be happy to celebrate him, to be honest. I'm just being honest. People there who never live in the Western world, who never work in their life, who have no idea what it takes to work in America, in the Western world, let alone in corporate America, to excel from one level, from one stage, all the way to the second man in command in Coca-Cola worldwide. They have more than 1 million employees. Their money double and quadruple. Coca-Cola money that Cummings was managing is 5 times bigger than the whole economy of Liberia.
So we gotta go, Chief.
But then we are there. Comparing the man who with somebody who lived and worked all his life for the 7 years. After 47 years, he said he stayed living on loan. Amen. So troublous. Anyway, maybe.
Yeah. So
we're still gonna be here anyway. I'm gonna open the line for the people here. Those who in Liberia want to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, SKTV Live. You are more than welcome to do so because we're still going to be here for another maybe 30 minutes or so. So maybe I know maybe after the show, maybe can be sneaking, maybe can be following, sneaking.
No, indeed. You know, now we got to follow. Yeah.
We follow you.
So I don't know who's that guy said. I don't know. I'm talking to your uncle. But anyway, I have to go. Let me leave without Well, you move through anyway. Just see you. Good night. So, I'll say good hopefully on tomorrow by the grace of God. Thank you so much for bringing the profile of the CPP political leader, Honorable Alexander B Cummings, to all of us Liberians. Good night, and we hope and pray that maybe tomorrow again, maybe we can chip in.
Yeah, maybe we'll continue with this conversation because there are a lot of things we never even touch.
All right.
So yes, Mr. Bottom Cooler, he says, Teku, are you guys convincing voters or beating them? No, we're not beating anybody that are cool. There are people who, some of whom are supporters of Buckeye, some are CDC, that don't understand the magnitude, the level to which Cummings has reached in his life. You in America here, myself here, we all have had the opportunity to work here. Some are still working. Some people have retired. Some Liberians have retired in this country. They know. They know what it takes even to work in a group home, in a nesting home, where you are supervised by some racist people, by some people that are full of hate, where you are supervised by some jealous people, where you compete with some people and you're discriminated against because of your color. We all have experienced it here in America. For somebody to come here and work at that level, no scandal, for 20 years plus, no scandal, and excel to that level. If you get hair on your shoulder, if you know what it means to work, if you know what it means to work, to climb a ladder, you'll be celebrating Alexander Cummings. Don't even make him president, but you'll be celebrating this. You'll be proud of this man, for a Liberian man to excel to that level. But because some of you are filled with jealousy and hate and envy, your soul are so devilish and destructive. You hate to see other people making headway. It's not easy. It's not easy. There are a lot of people. Do you know how many people in this country that are educated? A lot of people are educated, but because their character, their attitude, their personality is not allowing them to excel. But they have all the education. There are people. You know, sometimes I can ask myself, when I see some writing from some Liberian living in the United States, not anywhere else, but in the United States, when they write certain thing, when I read it, to say these are Liberians, I can ask myself, what kind of people are we? Regardless of politics, you should be proud of your own. When they are better, they are better. You know, if you are a medical doctor, you are called a doctor. You get your doctor degree in medicine, pharmacist, whatever. You call you doctor, you're a medical doctor. You're a doctor, right? If somebody get their doctor degree in psychologist, they're not medical doctor, but they too, they are doctor. They are specialized in certain things. If somebody get a degree in different discipline, you give them their respect. Not because you have your medical doctor from a medical field, it doesn't make you more educated than the person who got a MBA. You want to specialize in your area. Now, because you are a registered nurse, which is hard to obtain, it doesn't mean that you are better than somebody who is an accountant. Everybody got their own discipline. But we should respect each other for who we are. This man, to come from Africa, in America here, to excel all the way to the second person in command. You know, one time, I had a conversation with this person, the former finance minister, Amara Kone, when he resigned his position from Liberia. When we started working for the World Bank, while he was in Kenya. He and I had a conversation. We were talking about something that has to do with the Madingo community. So something happened. I told him I was going to call him back. But I didn't call him back right away. I'll call him back later. He was in Kenya. He was in Nairobi, I remember. When I called him back, this guy had already entered into a meeting. With who? I was shocked. With Bill Gates' wife. Bill Gates' wife. And some other African leaders. They were discussing how those guys want to invest in those African countries. How they want to help some African countries. Then this guy told me, oh, Sekou, I was working in Liberia, but you know, since I changed job, I thought I was busy in Liberia, but this one is crazy for me. Do you know I'm in charge of 36 African countries? Representing the World Bank, setting up developmental agenda and helping them improve their countries. So for that reason, I said, well, America had a lot of butt in some minds in Liberia. A lot of people adore him, a lot of people take him as a saint. I said, but I respect him. Anybody, any of your own that excel to a certain level, you can give them that respect. You don't have to be down. You're not going to be down. They're not going to be you. They don't have to do anything for you. You don't have to give them anything. They don't have to give you anything, but respect them for who they are, for their achievement. It could be you tomorrow. It could be your son. It could be your family. If you embrace other people for being good, celebrate other people for being good, God himself will look at you and say, yeah, you are a good person. If it can be you, it will be any of your relatives or your children or their children. But if you envy other people for who they are, you will never see light. Because your minds are dirty. Your minds are dirty and you are evil. Embrace people for who they are, for their achievements. I mean, what? Celebrate them. Alexander Cummings is supposed to be celebrated in Liberia. To be honest. Forget about presidency. Forget about presidency. I didn't even know somebody was on hold. The person be here for 10 minutes. I'm sorry. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hey.
This is Breakable Power.
Breakable Power, how are you?
I mean, all I see is they're talking for over 2 hours, 3 hours now. I don't hear nothing that would need that can condition my to say to work with. Because all those records I gave it, if you Osman lost man, Osman to pray there, Osman to take there. That should be present we are. This man, the only man I said that no African person has not said the whole of this week he career. He will appear like who he will career. So if he's discussing that record, because like the brother said, outside record, we cannot discuss outside record. Discussing about people that are there for the country, people that love the country, and people that don't trust. They don't trust him. People not seeing it. People not seeing it. See him, them. So that's why something you. All of these things. I don't hear nothing of people say to be coming or go for him. You say all those things. Even yourself, you say record. Everybody say record in the country, outside the country to promote that law. But that does not mean they should give you a person.
Okay. Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Where do you live in America?
I live DC.
How long have you been in America?
That's not an issue.
No, I'm just asking you.
It's not an issue.
No, I want to know.
Question.
Yeah, but you should be brave to answer that. Okay. Let me tell you now. I've been in this country for more than 20 years. So you tell me, how long you been here?
That's what I'm saying.
How long you been in America? I want you to talk to me. Listen, the reason why, my man, listen. When I was talking, all my good thing, all the positive thing, you call in and I give you. Listen, my man, listen. You don't do that. You don't want me to treat you like I treat preach master. Yeah. So you gotta listen to me when I'm talking. When you're talking, I'm listening. We are here to speak to each other, to speak to the Liberian people, so the people can understand the people we are talking about. And the way we talk about other people, it says a lot about us. I'm asking you, how long you been in America? If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. Then I will tell you exactly the reason why I asked you.
That's what I said to you. People been in the country for 30 years.
How long you been here? How long you been here? How long you been here?
So that's an issue.
Okay. So you don't want to answer the question. Say you don't want to answer the question. Say you don't want to answer the question now. Let me just respond to you now.
Yeah.
You say I've been talking for 2 hours, talking all the Google thing. You haven't heard anything that can make people, that can make you. But you say people to vote for Cummings.
Yeah.
Okay. But did you hear anything? Now, man, let me answer my question. If you try to do this, I thought you get sense. I thought he has sense. Since he's not even allowing me to talk now, then I just cut him off because I have to deal with stupid people. I got patience, but I want to give you the opportunity to have a conversation. But if you're not mature enough to have a mature conversation, you do not have the intellect, then we and I can have a conversation. Call us 612 number, last 4 digit 3951.
Yeah, Secret, how you doing? Just Solo Kamara from Minnesota.
Solo Kamara from Minnesota, how are you?
Good. You take your time to talk about Kume. Now you're Canadian, you can't say Canadian in a way you want to say.
Then I'm a Canadian, my man. Can't tell your own. Yeah, but now I'm a Canadian. You can't tell your own. Without accusing me. My man, you want to have a conversation? Come have a conversation. Don't accuse me of anything. No, it's not my Canadian. Okay, I'm going to be talking about Joe Baca to another day. So that means Baca my Canadian. I will do it. I will do it. Go ahead.
Anybody you want to spare how to get in that character because you have to do that for him to do it. And I love that. Yes, to him. But if someone if you say recommend that's a player issue because
how?
Why is it issue and you want to celebrate so much? I'm not saying that we celebrate what they got said. Because
but we celebrated Joia. We did. We did not want to celebrate Joia, but we even rewarded him with power. Okay, let me ask you. Do you know what Comey did for Liberia when Ebola struck Liberia? Do you know how much Comey has invested in education in Liberia? Do you know how much Comey has invested in healthcare in Liberia? Do you know how much Comey has invested in religious community in Liberia? So that means if you don't know it, that doesn't mean it's not happening. It doesn't matter. Okay, when he started doing it, okay, no. He started doing it when he was not even in America here. When he was oh, that's what I'm saying. It was not only because of Ebola. It's okay. It's okay, my brother. Yeah, I don't have a problem if people disagree with me, but the thing we have to argue, right, based on points. When you come, you say, okay, what Comey has done to for Liberia in the Liberian people. You don't want to know. You don't have time. You are lazy to do your research. You are lazy to read about the man. You are lazy to ask questions about the man. When people go and do their research, they are trying to educate you. Because you don't want to be educated, then you want to be arguing based on nothing. Argument is good, but we argue for either you to convince me or for me to convince you based on facts available to us. And I will always have an upper hand over you when I have done my research, when I know exactly what I'm talking about. Unlike you, who is here to argue based on politics as opposed to based on fact. Okay, let's agree. What did Ellen do for Liberia and the Liberian people before she became president? For 12 years. What did Joseph Boakai do for Liberia and the Liberian people, even his own country, before he became vice president? What did Jowia do for Liberia and the Liberian people that changed their life positively before we gave him the presidency? What did Joe Howard do for Liberia and the Liberian people before we gave her the vice presidency? Ask yourself that question. All of you that are asking, what have Cummings done? What have Cummings done for the Liberian people? What have Cummings done? Okay, Cummings has done a lot. Maybe you don't know because you don't do research. But assume now Cummings has done nothing. But the other people, what did they do before you gave them the state power? What did they do for themselves? At least, if Comey did not help Liberia, he did not harm Liberia. That's a fact. If he didn't help Liberia, he did not harm Liberia or Liberians in any way, shape, or form. What about Ellen? Ellen financed the war to kill our people. You rewarded her with the state power. You are asking what Comey did for Liberia to deserve to be president. Okay? Pay attention. Comey didn't do anything. He did not do anything, but he did not harm Liberia. Charles Taylor came and killed a lot of people. You rewarded him with state power. See, he came up, you'll vote for you. He did harm Liberia. He did not help, but he did harm Liberia. Comey did not help, he said, but he did not harm Liberia. George Weah is accused of financing Model. George Weah did not help Liberia. You rewarded him to make him senator. You went further. You rewarded him to make him president. What did Jowiah do for Liberia and the Liberian people before he make him president? Joseph Boakai, who served in all the capacities in Liberia, he couldn't even construct a road to his hometown, to his home county. If you are from Lofa, you sit by yourself, you sit right now and think about this. Say, you know what? Let me take this whole religious connection or regional solidarity or country solidarity from between me and Joseph Boakai, or party discipline. Let me take this hat off and think for myself for a second. This man served for the 7 years. This man served managing director, LPMC, managing director, LPRC, minister of agriculture. Lofa is known for farming. What this man do to improve the life of Lofa people in terms of road construction, to make sure when the people suffer, they find they'll bring their goods safely to sell it to benefit them. What did he do for Lofa people? We give him the vice presidency, but now you ask him, what has Cummings done? Oh, so now you have a setup criteria for Cummings and a different set of criteria for other people. Let's be serious for a second, my people. You don't have to vote for Cummings, but don't disrespect the man. Let's be honest. Okay, the man did nothing, but the other people, the man did nothing, but he did not harm, right? But other people, not only they did nothing good for you, but they harm you, but you reward them with the state power. But the other man that did nothing wrong to you, even help you. You say, oh, why have they made them for Liberia? What did we do for you? What did Ellen do for you? Hey man, I don't want to call some people names because I've been advised not to say certain things about certain people now. And the reason is because election is a tough process. There's anything you can say. But to tell you the truth, we always present ourselves as a bunch of low-thinking people. How can you ask somebody, what have you done for me before I can make you president? And when you did everything for people that harm you. Granted, let's put all of them at equilibrium. Let's put all of them at equilibrium and say, okay, now they do anything for Liberia. Fine. What about people that harm you? You reward them with state power. You stay celebrating them. You stay saying in Liberia that if Chancellor were to return today to Liberia, Chancellor will win 80% of vote to be president. So that means you only gravitate towards people that harm you versus people that help you. That's why they don't respect you. That's why the things that Liberian we are sick in the brain. That's what they think about us. That's why they have no respect for Liberian people. We gravitate towards people, we celebrate people that harm us, but there's people that help us. Okay, the person did not help you, but did not harm you. But the person that harm you, who will you help? Joseph Boakai told you that they squander opportunity. The money that came to Liberia under their leadership, under their presidency, that's what you were referring to. He said we squander opportunity in this country because why? After Liberia returned to constitutional democracy, after the return of the constitutional democracy, wherein people had the opportunity again to decide their leadership, to vote for their president. Joseph Boakai then was given the position. People brought a lot of money in the country, more than $60 billion. He said, squander the opportunity. That is harming the country. That is harming the country. Liberia would have been developed right now. Go look at Ivory Coast. Despite the fight, they got toll roads in Ivory Coast where people pay toll. The country is developed. Look at our whole sub-region there. Some of you have been to Ivory Coast. Sierra Leone right here, Sierra Leone right there. They fought like the way we fight in Liberia, like the same way we fought in Liberia. But their country is developing because of leadership. In fact, Sierra Leone went ahead and stopped everybody who harmed them from running for office in Liberia, in Sierra Leone. But Liberian people, you ask what Cummings has done for Liberia. Look at the other one here. You say you're in America. You live in Washington, D.C. You cannot even get the position of a janitor to replace Cummings' work. But you are there asking, what has Cummings done for Liberia? Hey, man. And those are the people that are making decisions for Liberia. Because that one live in America now, his people to think that this guy is smart. Because he lives in America. They think that this guy knows better. Because he can send $1 or $2 to them. They feel that this guy now is a messiah. Because he lives in America. But forgetting to know that, as the saying goes in Liberia, he can take the man from the bush. He can't take the bush from the man. He can take the man from the country, but he can't take the country from him. If somebody who is not smart in Liberia, you come to America here, you will not be smart, yeah? If you got mud brain in Liberia, when you come to America, they see mud brain, you will have nothing can replace it. If you're smart in Liberia, when you come here, America will shine light on your smartness. You'll be elevated. You will excel. People will know you. People will identify you. People will understand your level of intellect. They will embrace you. But when you are stupid, when you can't, they will put you in a group home. A lot of us stupid in Liberia, but we don't know. We want to come here. Because the country can shine light on you. If you are stupid, it will shine light on your stupidity to make people to know that this person is dumb. When you're smart, when you come here, this country will also shine light on your smartness, on your level of intellect and intelligence. Even the way people talk, when you still in the country here, you go, you listen to some people in Liberia that they can be praising. When you listen to when you hear them talk, you say, the person I've been hearing all the time. Because they can sound so dumb and stupid to you. Not because Liberians are stupid. They got a lot of smart people in Liberia. But they get some stupid people then that are taking advantage of the country, the way the country looks, the way people behave in our country, the way people can, go and worship anybody, even dumb people, because they got money. They worship them. They call them bossmen. They call them chief. Stupid people, they call them chief. Not because you're stupid, you can't get money. Anybody can make money in Liberia. Anyway, especially you work for government, because they think government job is for money making. So anybody can work in it. Some of them, when they come here, they can even be ashamed. They can be shy to talk to the media because they got nothing. You can't know the stupid until they open their mouth. So that's why even when you open these phone lines, whether in Liberia, in the United States, or anywhere, when somebody speak, listen to them carefully. What they say, what they're going to tell you, what they're going to talk about other people says more about them. Their level, their intellect, their understanding of issue, and their honesty and their integrity. Whatever they say, it says more about them than the person they are talking about. Let me take this last two call. 401 number, last 4 DJ 8962. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Miss William from Rhode Island.
Miss William, how are you? Yeah.
Your last caller, that he's a naive person.
No. Yeah, I already dealt with him. I already dealt with him. Just say your own. Forget about him. Because when we reduce the show to caller, attacking caller, then they will not go anywhere. I already dealt with him. Yeah.
When you see that what Cummings started to do those things for Liberia, we come in this country, every one of us. We come in this country to look for a living. You can establish yourself first in the first thing. Go to school, learn what you want to learn, get in the society, you start to work, and then you make your base. And you make your base, then you start saving. You start doing those things. So he ended up coming to start working after school and starting to want to Liberia to develop or to do stuff for Liberia. How many places he has done something for? See, he been here. You got all of us that came here with we got money, we started before we started paying others in Liberia. All right? Women's team and he got all the things she ran against and began fight to his country. No country made a Liberian make money of your Liberia, but just open we are Liberia making. All right? The football, they lose time of people. That lose time making. Because you came to Europe and other places, it become best Africa, best European, best one. But what the job we are ready to do for Liberia? He didn't do for the sport that he to be popular. He didn't do one city in Liberia. For the one city in the country.
I want you to conclude if you can, please, so I can take the next caller. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. That's okay. Thank you. Let's go to Mr. Maulo here. Mr. John Maulo, how are you, sir?
How are you doing, Sekou?
I'm doing great.
Listen, Sekou, you know, our people are confused, to say it nicely. When you find that the kind of people who will call and say, oh, I think when you tell me what I want me.
Yeah.
What it means is this person is competent, overly competent for the job they're asking for. That's what it means. You know, in the villages, that those kind of people can be the witchcraft, right? They see somebody, they envious of them, they got nothing to compare, so they just get vexed with them, right? Those are the kind of people that will call and say, what does that mean? In fact, Sekou, you didn't even do it justice because you haven't talked about half of what that man has been doing outside.
Yeah.
Coming to compare, let them compare any of the people running to come in 50-50 and say, what have they done? Even for the ones who haven't left Liberia, what have they done? The George Weah, he was talking about coming to all of the outside Liberia. George Weah play football where? The football that you're glorifying. He play where? George Weah play football because of his job. As much as you see George Weah was number one, Africa number one, that's how Cummings is in the business world. But because you're not intellectual, it's the foolishness that overcomes you. Yeah. If you put Ronaldo right now in Monrovia, they will run behind the same way. Because for that, if you put here and come in there, they will go for Ronaldo.
Yeah,
that's what they think.
That's true. Because we're a celebrity.
Yeah, that's what they think. You understand? You know, Haiti made a same mistake. They took one musician and made him president. They had to move him from them before the president was
Mr. Maulo,
I want people.
Mr. Maulo, you know, let me tell you something. This is the best analogy you ever give me today. Even tell Ronaldo right now, and President we are in Liberia, they will vote for Ronaldo. Because they will say the men I got more Ballon d'Or than Joe Weah.
Okay,
But whether or not that balloon dollar from Ronaldo not benefit the Liberia people, they don't care about that because the men are celebrating.
Even when they're talking about the presidency, they don't think that this is about my life. This is about my children's life. This is about my family. Like, no.
They don't think.
They just concerned about, oh, you know what, let me win. And after you win, then what? We're talking about openly qualified men who are shine all around the world, and you haven't even done it justice because you only discussed the time you went to Coca-Cola Africa.
Yeah.
When you moved to Coca-Cola University, they've now already 200 countries. You're talking about 56?
Yeah, we're talking about 56. They want to argue about 56. They want to argue about 56, but anyway, Mr. Maulo.
He was the youngest ever
Yeah.
president of Pillsbury Food Company.
Yeah, Pillsbury. I talk about that too. I talk about that. I talk about Pillsbury. Mr. Maulo, let me take the next caller. Yeah. All right.
Our people need.
Yeah. So, caller, what is your name? Where you calling from? I'm about to leave now.
Okay. Sorry for the late call, but anyway, I just had to chip on one or two in.
Go ahead.
How you doing, Sekou?
I'm doing all right.
Thank you for all you do, Sekou. A couple of guys are going to come serve as a distraction. My brother, we can't blame them. You can't blame somebody for their ignorance. An ignorant person will always be an ignorant person, no matter where you send them, whether they're in America or in Europe. They'll always be an ignorant person. And one thing we should understand too, a lot of those guys are sitting here doing all those things, talking for Joseph Walker, talking for we are wanting to stay in power, are those guys that are benefiting. A lot of those guys, they send their money here. They tell them, look at the legs of some of those guys that sit on platforms to continuously talk. Some of them I even went to school with. But when they're getting paid from the government here, they have to do their job. They're just propagating the government message. They're just doing those things. They're just doing those things to distract honest men like you that try to see your country do better. We need to take all those things into consideration and continuously preach the message to our people. Believe me, what you did today, the message is resonating. We know how much this message is resonating
I know.
to our people.
I know. That's my brother. That's to cut you. That's why they're angry, because they don't want me to do these things. Now, when they come and say, "Oh, you're supporting Cummings," why don't you talk about good about Cummings? Now we say, "Who is Cummings?" We're telling you about who Cummings now, because there are a lot of positivity in there. They're angry. Now tomorrow we talk about Joseph Parker. They see some negative in there. Guess who get angry? We talk about Joe too. They see any negative there, they'll get angry. So like they're never going to be happy, because they are not joining one. So as long as you don't speak to their, to what they like, you don't give them what they want to hear, then you're a bad person.
That's true. So we just got to keep talking to our people. My brother, our people are not stupid. Sometimes we say, "Oh, we get involved with them." Yeah, that's true. But they're not stupid. They're listening. You see the gay message, you can see them preaching the gay message. No, you can't see them preaching the.
Oh, no. Now, but we feel close that one.
Yeah. So then you saw after JB George, JB story, you saw him to walking going to.
Yeah, you saw that? And that's what I said. When I said JMB need to be going out, JMB need to be going to station, JMB need to go campaign, the campaign trail with other people. He already scheduled to go out. When I talk about JMB, how JMB went to primary school and high school in Sierra Leone, JMB started to play a life story to them about Sierra Leone. So they are listening, but they're acting like they're not listening. But thank you, my brother.
Don't see them listening. So basically, just continue to put the fire on. The fire on, my brother. The fire is the one that wakes Joseph Parker up today to go to one radio station.
Yeah.
Don't think they're not listening, my brother. They're listening to you, and the truth is the truth, no matter who says it. Even the devil, when the devil listens to tell you the truth, my brother, listen. Not everything the devil can say that bad. Some of them are too in it. What Prince Joseph said about JFB, my brother, you can see that. You can see the story now. The story is resonating. A lot of things Prince Joseph said. So then if you bring it right back, they will try them, but that is true. A lot of things are using for one said. They using for one that only I said. When you bring it back to them, they will get mad.
Yeah.
But that is true, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you and have a good day.
You too. Last caller, 6494.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Second Steve.
Hey.
Second, thank you. I mean, you can talk. You say everything that you know when people don't have to research these things because the internet system good and people find data. In Liberia was a country where, like to say, people on TV or store or internet system was strong. They will be able to research these things. I overheard the other day was yesterday, briefly. It was Siddiqui was talking to some group of men. The man said, okay, come on working with Coca-Cola, he do nothing for that bro. That when you become president, you will do something. What people don't understand, Coca-Cola don't own my comments. That job he applied for, he got and he empowered himself and he managed to go to in the country when you're working somewhere, that means you should bring your whole family there because they draw for you. They draw for you. You know, my friend, people, it's like, it's like, I don't know, sometimes. Why we don't celebrate our own? Why we don't? Why we don't celebrate
Envy and jealousy.
We all in the country. When the same when Mr. Cummings came in the country, we all fighting hard to get the working guy. That's why we're working in the country to get so you get something when you go to your country. But when somebody came there before you, then you complaining. He didn't stop nobody. He knew what he wanted and he went for it. And Mr. Cummings, that on them.
Let me say this to you, T, and to our listening audience. From now to the end, from now to October 10th, we will profile all these candidates. We will talk about their positive, we will talk about their negative. And if any good thing that people don't know about Cummings and they keep asking who is Cummings, we will continue to tell them. Some of them don't have the opportunity to do this research. And some of them actually, they don't really understand it. So we have to read it to them and explain to them and explain what it means to be who Cummings is, what he has reached in his life. If any Cummings were any other citizen around the world, they will be begging, they will be begging him to be celebrated, they will be begging him to come and help their country. But hey,
he never brought nothing to the country. But you put power and give it to him. So another person,
yeah, but you celebrating those who did nothing for you, who brought harm on you, but then you vilify other person that do you no harm, that want to come help you. So what can I even be are we? They have three able-bodied men standing behind the DMB today, you know, making sure that the man is something going to happen to the whole. Yeah. Anyway.
Your mom can even get food, your children even can get food. People food. Because before you can leave and come inside. Why can't you go in the way? We have one black guy because you know you can be black guy. That's why we have
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, folks, we'll leave it there for today. We are here now for 2 hours, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 34 minutes. Before I go, let me make sure. We always ask people to support SKTV when we come on. So before we leave, we always like to check it. Yeah, somebody sent us $10. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. But the person needs to don't come on you. Matilda, right? Thank you so much for your donation to SKTV. I will go to the other stuff right here. I think few people donate. Let me see. Yeah, we have somebody $25. Hold on. Yeah, $25 actually on the other cash app. Thank you so much. So we have one $10 and two $25 on the cash app. And then I want to make sure I give you all the number before we leave, so that you can kind of feel ignore. Okay, that's it. Those were the 3 people that donated today. Hey, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Prince, you said you could take your call. If you call, we'll take it. I would say the last call, but you always call to. You always come in late, missing all the whole show, and you can't leave nothing. You can't give all her time. Yeah, but I want to say thank you to all of you. We really appreciate your time. If Prince call comes in, we will take it. But if it doesn't come in before I press the button to play the music, then I hit it for him. Now tomorrow business then. Let's love our country, man. Let's love our country. Let's put the whole partisanship aside and love your country, man. That's the only way we're going to move forward.
Over Satan power, reside in Kunima. I'm an overcomer. Yes, we're in Kunima. Over Satan power, reside in Kunima. See, I'm an overcomer. I say yes, we're in Kuni.
Yes, we're in Kuni. Over Satan power, reside in Kuni. I'm an overcomer.
I say yes, we're in Kuni.
Yes, we're in Kuni. Over Satan power, reside in Kuni. I'm an overcomer.
Abadina, come into Hosanna.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarbo.
Hosanna.
Jesus Narbano.
Hosanna.
I am for Hinarbo.
Hosanna.
Come into Hosanna.
Hosanna.
Jesus Narbano.
Hosanna.
I mean, I won't born say.
Hosanna.
Jesus Narbano.
Hosanna.
Who is this King of glory? He's the Lord strong and mighty. Yes, we're in Kunima. overcome. Listen, no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. For the greater one lives in me, yes it does, yes. It's wedding kunimo. See, I'm an overcomer. I say yes, wedding kunim.
Yes, wedding kunim.
I will say
over Satan power. Wedding kunim.
See, I'm an overcomer.
I'm an overcomer.
I say yes, wedding kunim.
Yes, wedding kunim.
Oh, yeah.
Over Satan power. Wedding kunim. I'm an overcomer.
I'm a ding now. I'm getting to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
I am for in our boy.
Hosanna.
Jesus Nurbano.
Hosanna.
I am for in our boy.
Hosanna.
I'm getting to Hosanna.
Hosanna.
I mean, I want to say,
Hosanna.
Jesus Nurbano.